Could we see a return of could we see a return of the Cardano price back to $5 and maybe even back to number 3 by market cap ranking? Guys, we're going to be talking all about that today and what news could cause that huge price increase. So yeah, let's get right into it. Of course, guys, as you guys know, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't claim to be a financial advisor, and these videos are not financial advice. So that's just a quick disclaimer before we get into this video. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into that price news like I always do in these types of videos. So we are currently sitting on $1.87 with a decrease of $1.61. I mean $1.61% over the last 24 hours, and not much fluctuation, except there is quite a big difference between the starting green area and the last area that we have experienced in the red. So it's kind of a little bit of a decrease, but nothing too bad, nothing that serious to worry about. As you guys can see, overall by all cryptocurrencies, everything is pretty red except for a few. Bitcoin's pretty stagnant. It's all pretty red and stagnant. So overall Cardano is just simply following that trajectory. But I really do think we can get back into that number 3 spot and beat out Binance. That would have to require quite a lot of increases, probably like definitely a double increase would be quite comfortable, and we could easily get back up there, and that would basically mean we'd get around a $4 to $5 price, and I'm going to be talking about that right at the end of this video with all my price predictions. So yeah, overall good news just in the overall specter of the whole crypto market. It's good to see that Bitcoin has reached 1.1 trillion in market cap. That's huge, bigger than some of the biggest companies in the world, bigger than Facebook. So yeah, that's awesome, and it's great to see. Overall, coming to the overall news, you guys know that I always look at the news and fundamental things that are shifting the market. Take the socio-economic temperature, see what's going to happen. So overall at the moment it's pretty stagnant. Nothing really that influential is happening amongst the Twitter feed, but some more stuff that is interesting from some of the Reddit users is surfaced, which is also super cool. We're going to win as an ecosystem, as a movement, and I will actually let this video play for you guys, but you can always skip ahead in the timestamps below. I'm going to let this video play just for 3 minutes until let it run its course, and then you guys can have a look at the video, or you can skip ahead to my own analysis. So yeah, here is the video.
As a movement, and I believe even the fair weather people at some point will be converted and actually see the things that I see and you see, the community sees, which is we have for the first time in human history a say in how humans should live, ought to live, will live. And we actually can build a fair world for the first time ever. Use your perception and look at the world around you. Is this world getting safer? Is this world getting more free? Is this world living with more enlightenment principles? Or is this world regressing to a world of fear and paranoia and division? This technology around us, it's neutral. It can be applied to make a utopia. It can be applied to make a dystopia. So if we don't creatively come together and make something better, if we don't creatively come together and enshrine our rights as human beings in something that can't be violated, from our property rights, our liberty, our ability to pursue happiness, we don't do that, it'll be lost in a generation. The one thing we have to get right, as frustrating as it is decentralization. It's the one thing we have to get right, decentralization. So you don't get cults of personality, you don't get dictators, totalitarianism, you don't get takeover. And it's resilient. No matter how hard you hit that system, it survives. It keeps going. It keeps pushing through. And you have to be here to believe that tomorrow can be better than the day before. You have to believe these things. We told everybody what we were going to do. We said Byron. We said Shelley. We said Gauguin. 3 down. Now you you got Boscio and Voltaire, and we're marching forward. It doesn't matter how long it takes, how much work it takes. It doesn't matter what is necessary to get us there. It will get done. Now we're the most decentralized in terms of consensus cryptocurrencies on the planet. If you actually look at fundamentals, we have them. From a community, from how we do research, the problems we've solved, to the code that we've written. By every growth metric, we just keep growing and growing and growing, from transaction volume to stake pools, the amount of people using the protocol, all the great publications that came out this year, the shipping of Goguen, smart contracts under the extended UTXO model, the single best and most advanced model for concurrency for smart contracts, built on a foundation that will finally allow certified software to be easy. That's it. You got to wake up. You got to put your nose to the grindstone. You got to push forward, and you have to ignore the critics and the noise. You have to ignore the madness of the crowds, and you just have to get it done. And again and again and again, that's what we do.
Yeah, so guys, that is extremely interesting. If you've just skipped ahead and you don't want to watch that video, that is fine. But it basically goes through everything that Cardano is doing, and it basically just ensures that its followers and its supporters don't get FUD, because overall through these times it is kind of scary because everything is going down right now and people might not want to lose all their money, so they might just be taking their money out right now to prevent extreme losses. But overall, if you look at all of Cardano's growth metrics over the last year and everything they're doing, and not just their price of the coin, they've got more protocol users than ever, they've got more adopters than ever, they've got more holders than ever. It's just super cool and great to see, guys. Absolutely insane and awesome to see, because I don't know, we can't let the price of just the coin, only a tiny part of this company, determine how the company is going to take over the world in the future. So we can see that their Twitter has quite a lot of followers right now, 1.1 million. That's always nice to check up on. If you guys didn't know what Cardano is, I would highly recommend coming to their website. It's got everything you need to know and a lot of depth. If you want to dive right down into it, you can have a look, and I'll leave that leave that link in the description below. Yeah, another Reddit post which was popping off recently in the last week. Cardano is one of the most active chains in the last week, with over 18.24 billion transactions and users. So that's awesome. Just below Bitcoin by only 3 billion. So yeah, it's crazy to see something that huge competing with Bitcoin. So yeah, moving on to my final price predictions of this coin. As you guys can see in the thumbnail, and as I've hinted out throughout this entirety of this video, I am thinking that Cardano, not SafeMoon, can hit $5, or yeah, $5 for the midterm range. And of course, for the long term, the sky's the limit when everything continues happening and we get hold of these smart contracts better. I really think, I don't know, we could really hit that $1 trillion market cap, which would be like 10x increases. And I really believe these top 10 top 10 like cryptos by now are gonna really hit like probably all $1 trillion market caps and within the next 10 years. So yeah. So that's my price prediction for Cardano, $5, mainly just off everything it's doing lately and how it's progressing and everything, all the news that's coming out, and yeah, all its technology. So yeah, that's about it for today's video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really does support me, and maybe even donate a few dollars in the buy me a coffee section below in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.